So our partnership with Redemption Ranch came at the very beginning of the program because Rob is a Plainfield police officer and one of our canine handlers. So when he came in to pitch the idea, it just made sense to give these dogs the opportunity to live a life of purpose and to also benefit agencies like our own. We've had canines in service at the Plainfield Police Department for as long as I've been around. And those dogs have become a vital part of what we do, either in narcotics detection or in tracking and apprehension. And now, that we have canine Newt, who is one of the Redemption Ranch dogs. And when Newt walks into a room, especially at the high school, everybody their day gets better because Newt's there. And that's really her purpose. She gives a lot of unprompted kisses, but it's really hard to have a bad day when Newt is around. And she's doing a really important thing there too, of being able to sniff for those dangerous things that could be around our schools or even outside of them if we need to go do a search for them. Last year was Newt's first year serving in our high school, and a handful of students actually sent us letters and kind of a thank you for having Newt there and the impact that she had on their lives. Because, students have a rough time at times. They're teenagers. That time's awkward. And they come to school and maybe they're having a bad day, but then Newt's there and Newt puts a smile on their face, or she comes up and gives some of those kisses. And it's really hard to be upset, at least for that moment and that part of their lives. To have Newt there makes a big impact. And then having Canine Echo, step in, and Canine Echo is a dual purpose dog. He's doing the things that those dogs who came from those extensive bloodlines are doing as a pound dog. Within the first couple of weeks, he had alerted to fentanyl on a traffic stop. He had made an apprehension at the end of a vehicle pursuit when the driver tried to flee. He's doing exactly what dual purpose dogs do and doing it very well. Just last year, he hit on a very large load of narcotics out on the interstate. And that whole case came together because of Echo and his handler's talents that he learned through Redemption Ranch. So if we're going to give up an officer for 3 to 4 weeks to send them to training, that is a significant investment, but what we're getting in return is a lifetime of service with that officer and that dog. I highly recommend Redemption Ranch to any law enforcement agency that's looking to start or expand their canine program. Rob and the folks from Redemption Ranch take care of all of the hard parts. They're getting these dogs from shelters or from unfortunate situations. They're getting them medically cleared. They're getting them ready. They're identifying these dogs much in the same as you would from a traditional canine vendor. Dogs have high ball drive. They're really ready to work and do good things. The hard part comes in the form of getting a handler who can actually come to work and do the job. Being a canine handler is not an easy thing. You're learning a completely different language. You're depending on an animal who has its own choices and free will, but the team that they make and that bond that they form is really unbreakable, and it's really impressive. So what Redemption Ranch offers is amazing for those agencies to be able to get their handlers paired up with a dog who's going to do everything possible to please their handler.
The bond that our dogs tend to form with their handlers is even tighter than you would traditionally see with most working dog teams. Again, dogs that have come from being in the ICU, being past their euthanasia date, like they don't forget, and the gratitude that they have for their handler for not only saving their life, but also giving them a family and a purpose in life. Is something that we see manifest itself both in our training academies and then out on the streets. Our dogs have caught drug dealers. Our dogs have found missing children. And additionally, our dogs have helped other people when they've been at the lowest points of their lives. We've had our school therapy dogs have received numerous letters from students saying they were experiencing mental health crises and these dogs helped them, or they were even on the verge of dropping out of school. And the dogs that we had that they got to see and spend time with every day were a big part of their decision to stay in school and to keep, making good decisions and help pull them out of that dark space. So our dogs have really performed across the entire spectrum of what it is police dogs could and should do. On the high end, doing very kinetic things of finding these very dangerous criminals and very dangerous drugs and guns and getting them off the streets, to the other end where you have children just having a bad day and one of our dogs can just show up and be happy to be there. And those kids' days are improved immeasurably by just getting to pet one of our little squishy faced warriors. Any of that usable?
I would look at Redemption Ranch because, again, it's number one, it's cost efficient. The training is top notch. You're getting you're helping get an animal out of a shelter, and everyone wins all the way around. So again, I think it's a great program, and I definitely, if I was a head of a department, I would definitely be looking at them. I think it's awesome that they're able to take dogs that don't have homes, rescue them. So not only are you helping the shelters, and obviously the animal, but you're helping the community as far as, again, cost, taxpayer money, and they're able to do all this for free. And you just can't beat it. And again, they're not, the training that you're getting with Redemption Ranch is the same training that you would be getting from if you went to like a canine school somewhere else. And Rob's a national trainer. They do 160. It takes around 160 hours to train the dog to get like nationally certified. Rob does that. The dogs have to do minimum of 16 hours a month. And then Rob also throws in an 8 hours free of training every month for the dog. It's really more about training a lot of times the officer than it is more the dog. The dog kind of figures out what to do. It's really training the officer on how to, give the dog the proper commands, read the dog. Rob taught me a lot on that, and how you're reading the dog. Okay, is the dog, what's he doing, or what is she doing that, is she tracking properly? Watch how her head's up in the air, watch how her head's down, things like that. I think the officer needs to train with the canine to make that canine work, to make that canine be beneficial to both him, his department, and his community.
Our training for our new handlers and new teams consists of a 160-hour basic instruction course, and our goal at the end of this course is that our students can walk across the graduation stage on graduation day, straight onto patrol, make an arrest using their dog, and then go testify about what happened in court the next day. Our teams are street ready when they leave here. Our course covers everything from canine case law, veterinary care, emergency first aid care, to how to even train your dog, how odor works. We try to cover the entire spectrum of what it means to not only be a police officer, but also be a dog handler. So you know how you fit, and you can also go back to your agency as a sort of train the trainer to let the other people on your shift or your agency or your adjacent agencies know the best ways to utilize you and how to set you up as a team for success.
So the canine in public safety as a whole is very important because they do serve multiple roles. It's not just a police function, although that is their primary role, and we use them quite often when we have all of public safety together, when we have a lost child or someone that we're searching for. And in our community engagement, we love to have canines at our community engagement because the community wants them there, right? Police agencies are always looking for ways to save taxpayer money. And prioritize that for the community. And so Redemption Ranch has found a way to really save agencies the largest part of that purchase of the dog. That money then can be invested in more training for officers. It can be invested in additional officers for your community. So there's a myriad of things that, we're always looking at how can we best utilize taxpayer money. And I really don't think that there's any other way to solve that problem than utilizing Redemption Ranch in that.
You've already heard from leaders in law enforcement across Indiana the impact that these dogs are having out there in their communities. That happened because those communities put their trust in us. This program only works and only survives if we have agencies that are interested in it. Without agencies collaborating with us, we don't have a program. If your agency would potentially have an interest in this, please reach out to us through our website, through our Facebook page, and we are happy to answer any questions you have or go over anything in any more detail you would like. We'd be happy to have you attend or observe training. Feel free to reach out to any of our teams that have gone through this course. They're all listed on our website. You can reach out to them. You can reach out to their handlers. You can reach out to their agency heads, and they'll all tell you the same thing, that this program is worth doing.